All right. College basketball. March Madness almost upon us. Big Ten tournament rolling on. Let's do a little college basketball blitz, please. The music is still, it never misses. If they ever change this music, just end sports. Seriously.
So let's go through this here because I'm going to give you each conference, what they're expected to have right now, and talk about some teams that may be on the bubble that either are playing tonight and may have lost. And let's see if
North Carolina,
they can get in.
Texas.
We'll get to that. We'll get to North Carolina last. Let's start in the SEC. The expectation is that they get 12
They should.
bids. 12 bids.
It's the best conference, top to bottom.
So
It's
a team
dominant.
that is on the bubble there are the Oklahoma Sooners. My question to you is, yes, they lost yesterday, 85-84 to Kentucky. Did that do enough for them, though, keeping it close to make it?
I'll leave it to Rico. He was up at 1 a.m. watching the blood moon and the basketball game. I saw the ending. It was malpractice for Oklahoma to lose that game, but go ahead.
It was, and same guy beat them twice, former Oklahoma player. David, they've lost to Kentucky on 2 buzzer beaters. This is a good team that just can't get out their way. They can't finish. They should make it in based off their body of work. Don't look at the wins and losses. Look how well they play. And, yeah, this is – I would definitely take Oklahoma. They should make the tournament.
Let's get to Texas.
Good luck.
Texas, man.
I can't figure this team out.
So ESPN did a thing where they analytics model, and you have to be within at least 70% to say, oh, you know what? Yes, they're probably going to be in. Well, they got right at 70% there. Their net ranking is around 40th, and they have 6 wins against top 50 BPI teams and 11 against the top 100. But is that enough? I mean, Texas, yeah. What do you do with them?
You know what? Texas, unfortunately, Texas can still write their journey because they have to play Tennessee.
Correct.
Oklahoma has to hope that a lot of teams lose out, that the one bid conference stay a one bid conference, and maybe they get in. But if Texas can beat Tennessee, now you're starting to say, okay, well, maybe we got to put them in one of the play-in games, but yeah, you don't know what you're going to get from them from night in and night out. They are not consistent.
And then I'm sorry, go ahead, Mike.
No, I don't have a lot. They remind me of Michigan State the last few years. 18-13, 19-14. But we played a bunch of people.
You know what, Mike? That's a good count.
I don't know what to do with them. Honestly, I mean, Johnson, the one guard they got, the kid's average is like 22 a night. If they win tonight, they're in. I'm with Rico in this regard. How they lose today will matter because they do have, I think they have 3 overtime losses. They've got a couple losses by 2. They just beat A&M. Winning in and Oklahoma's out. Lose badly tonight, Oklahoma's in. That's my best guess.
That's why I envy the committee because we're sitting here talking about a Texas team. You're right. The resume isn't good. But yet, if they win tonight, we're like leaning in they're good.
Well,
like
you get to 20
one
wins.
game over their entire resume.
But here's the problem. They have wins, including that A&M win. Here's your issue. Do I want a team in, no matter how good a conference is, who went 6-12 in the regular season?
In the conference? No.
Yes.
No.
See, to me, you're out.
Yeah.
But if they win tonight, you're in.
Yeah, exactly.
And David, it's one of those with the committee. Sometimes with these teams, if you want to be in the tournament, go be the tournament team. Prove to me how badly you want to be in this tournament.
That's true. And then we don't have to spend a lot of time on this because I'm guessing your answer will be they're out. Last SEC team, Arkansas. They're out.
I really liked Arkansas. I thought Calipari was going to do something. He had a ton of talent. He took all of his Kentucky players with him, it seems like. But, yeah, losing yesterday, they were one of those teams that they had to win 2 times in the SEC tournament. They lost their opening game, and then he came out and said how much he hated the tournament. Yeah, he's NIT.
Look, here's my problem. All right, so we just talked about Texas, 19-14, Arkansas 20-13. My problem is anytime I watched Arkansas, 2 words I walked away with, and I'm not slandering. Poorly coached, situationally bad. Then Cal goes out before the game yesterday and says, I don't care about the SEC tournament. I almost want to keep him out of spite.
Yeah, the only people happy about that are the people in Lexington.
Let's get to the Big Ten. Expected teams, 9. I don't think there's any way in Indiana gets in. Ohio State, nothing. They're locked in with Oregon, Michigan State, Wisconsin.
I thought Indiana was in, and then they decided to tank versus Oregon.
That's the thing.
So they're probably going to get caught up in the shuffle.
In basically a home game, and they had the entire crowd behind them. And Mike Woodson just kind of went out on a thud.
Let's get to the Big 12.
Now, did you have Ohio State in or out?
No, they're out, right?
Okay.
They're out. Well, Indiana and Ohio State were on the edge, but no, they're out. Big 12, expected team 7. Another one that should be in, they say, is the Baylor Bears, fighting for their life. Well, I guess they can't fight anymore because they lost. West Virginia Mountaineers, no way they can get in, right?
They're out. They're out.
Yeah.
Baylor in. West Virginia out. Probably needed one. Cincy stinks. They're out.
I don't know if Baylor is in. I think they're kind of in that holding pattern with Oklahoma. You're praying to God that nobody upsets in the little tournaments and you maybe can get in a play-in game.
So I'm just going to mention this one because it just makes me sad because we talked about this conference from back in the day, and it just saddens me that the Big East only gets 4 teams in. I mean, that's kind of sad.
Well, Xavier had their shot. They lost by 1 or 2 last night to Marquette. So they had their chance. They needed that Marquette game to cross the threshold to get in. They lost. This is what the conference is now. Here's my question. What the hell do you do at UConn?
That was the next part of the...
I know they're in, but what are they? I can't figure it out. Did you see the Hurley piece on 60 Minutes Sunday night?
No, I didn't.
He's an even bigger wacko when you sit down and let him talk for 20 minutes.
You know what I think UConn's going to be, Mike?
One and done. Or are they making a run?
No.
You figure it out.
UConn's going to be in that 8-9 game. It's basically like the retirement home for teams that used to be good. Hey, remember UConn? Back-to-back title? And then some number 1 seeds like, really? We got to play UConn in our second game? They'll lose. But, yeah, I don't think anybody's going to shed a tear, especially after what Hurley has been saying. Now he's been acting. But, David, I think they were 8-9. And if you're in the 8-9 game, you're simply flipping a coin. So, Mike, you may be right. They could be one and done because, yeah.
And then another.
I love how Rico just talked himself into a Bavarian pretzel about UConn. It proves my point.
Yeah, they can do
Nobody knows what to do with them.
If UConn played Oklahoma, I would take Oklahoma.
Yeah, you're probably right. And then another sad sight of what the past used to be is ACC's only going to get 4 teams from the ACC.
The ACC's awful, but this is the problem. There's a lot of small schools. This is where NIL has actually destroyed a predominantly basketball historical conference. Look at it. What's Wake Forest going to do in the NIL game?
Oh, please.
I'm just saying, look around the conference.
Virginia or
it's awful.
Yes, it's
so
not good.
They should only get 4, if that. UNC stinks. If they lose tonight to Duke without Cooper Flagg, why should I put them in?
So you
why?
UNC is just their name only. Because
but why?
No, Mike, they would get – it's like UConn. Not really that good, but because you have a name, we'll put you in the tournament.
Put up as the number 1 seed in the CBI. That'll work for me.
Is that still
North
a
Carolina?
thing?
No,
I don't know.
I think it's something – it's called something new now.
Oh, something new. Yeah, okay.
But,
something I can ignore.
But I look at North Carolina, you got it right in front of you. Your rival, and they don't have their star player. Tonight is their game. They win, David. They're in.
And again, what I'll tell you, quad 1 opponents, I think UNC's 2-12,
yes,
2-11. You didn't beat anybody.
10 of their 12 losses have come against top 50 opponents.
Okay, you know what? Even worse.
What?
They're 1-11.
Okay, win tonight, and I don't even care if Cooper Flagg doesn't play.
What?
I'll put you in. You lose tonight, get out.
I don't even know if I could put you in tonight if you beat
Okay, then.
That means you're 2-11 against good teams.
Yeah, that's not a good resume. That is your college basketball wraparound.